Hey everybody, I'm trying something with this camera, but I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, thank you all for stopping in. I was shaping up my nails. We are going to Monmouth County today. One of my nieces, this morning she was in state finals for track and field. Then she left there and we met her in Monmouth County for a basketball tournament, and some cousins and nephews and all met us there. We had a good time, and the games were really good. I mean, those girls were playing. So let me know what has been going on with your weekend. What has been going on with your week? Today is only Saturday, so let me know what's going on. Drop me a line. Please subscribe, share, like, leave a comment. All are greatly appreciated, and I will definitely hit you back. So, we had left off with Marie had to go to the emergency room, and I was saying, wondering if it was an out-of-body experience where she passed away, but she was sicker than anyone realized, I guess, even including the doctors. So, seems she had like a, I don't know, out-of-body experience, and left off where she was saying seemed like she was soaring straight up, seeing what was going on in the hospital, getting further and further away from my sight. Somewhere else and somebody else, another presence, had gotten my attention, and yet she didn't feel afraid. So we go on, and now Alan is saying, I couldn't get myself to go to the hospital, but I was upset about my big sister being sick, and I always kept updated and sent her messages by family members. I called my parents' house to see if anybody was home before I went by there today. My mom answered the telephone and told me to come over as soon as I got a chance. I told her I was on my way. When I arrived, my brother and his family was there, along with my Aunt Kate and a few other cars. As I walked in, I sensed right away something was terribly wrong. My brother walked towards me as I came into the house, and Mommy was coming from the kitchen towards me. My brother put his hand on my shoulder as Mommy approached me, and she said Marie had passed away. I started crying right away. I was like, this can't be. But I accepted the reality and went upstairs to be to myself for a short while. But Junie came upstairs within a minute to join me. A few minutes later, I came back downstairs. As I entered the den, Aunt Kate came to meet me, asking if I was all right. I gave her a big old hug and told her I was okay. This was just really hard to swallow. As we all talked, answered questions, and reminisced about old times, people were pouring in the front and back doors. Some had bags of food and soft drinks. Again, I had to go sit on the sofa for a minute to let this soak in. Marie, my sister, being gone. The next few days were a bit fuzzy to me, maybe like being a bad dream. Me and my sister Taz were feeling like a crazy dream was going on. Monica and my parents made all the arrangements for the funeral. It seemed they were going through the motions, but weren't all there. My sister's viewing and funeral service were being held at the funeral home instead of the church, because none of us were thinking in our right minds. The night of the service, the funeral home was overrun with people. The lobby and the outside yard and the sidewalk were full of people for the services. The day following the funeral, I went to work just going through the motions, and I also figured it would help to keep my mind off this. A few days had passed, and I decided to head to a local bar for a drink or two to give myself a break from thinking about what had just happened to our family. I guess going to work kept me a little busy, but it didn't stop me from thinking about Maureen. While in the bar, I ran into a few friends and some cousins. Had a couple dances and drinks. I ended up staying longer than I thought I would, but I enjoyed myself. I'm telling you, things happen. It's a part of life. It just keeps carrying on. The following year, my Aunt Kate passed away. She had been like a mother to my siblings and myself. Our family took another hard hit with her passing. To be honest, people on both my father's and my mother's side of the family have been passing away really often. You know, they say it comes in a sets of three. Well, that's how it's been happening for us. I have stopped drinking about 2 or 3 times a year. I might have a beer or a mixed drink, but my job was going good. I had decided to change my job field. I was enrolling to become a truck driver. I like tractor trailers, but my sister Taz told me she wouldn't allow me to drive across country alone. I'd have to do local runs. I could only be gone overnight once in a while. If not, she'd have to be my driving partner. And she was serious when she told me this. Anyway, I signed up for truck driving school, and while waiting to start school, I had begun looking into buying a condo or a townhouse. I didn't want a house because I didn't really want to deal with taking care of the yard, and a townhouse or condo just seemed like less work to me. One day while at my parents', we discussed my choice for a condo and not a house. They agreed it might make sense, but said, remember, it'd be like living in an apartment with neighbors. But with the townhouse, I'd have a small yard at least. So I found a realtor, and she started the search to find me a place. I kept my options open. I agreed to look at both condos and townhouses. And we're going to make this a short segment because I've had a long day and I'm going to turn in. But remember back in the day, like in the 70s and maybe early 80s, when we used to wear our collars up? Yeah, I used to like that. So I said, I got to find a way. I want this collar to stand up. So I got to find a way to starch it or something to make it stand up for me, But have throwback feeling for me. No, I'm silly. But guys, thank you for stopping in. Again, drop me a comment, a like, share, subscribe, and you will definitely hear back from me. Like I said, also in the comments, let me know what's going on. I'll be glad to hear your opinions, just what's going on, what's on your mind. And again, thank you for stopping in. As usual, all are welcome. You enjoy the rest of your evening, the rest of your day, the rest of the weekend. And guess what? I will see you soon. Thank you. Peace to you.